Hello, I'm Dr. Narendra Gupta and welcome you all to my YouTube channel Homeopathy Enlightened. So my English is not very good. Even then I am trying my best to give you the homeopathic whatever knowledge I have gained after a long experience. Do not pay any heed to my grammatical mistakes during the lecture. Try to absorb the message which I want to convey to you. Whatever grammatical mistakes I commit during the lecture, even then, if you want to learn something, you have a tendency to learn something, you can get a lot of information about this medicine with this lecture. Because my intention is to share genuinely all the knowledge which I have. Today I am presenting you with a new medicine. Why do I call it new? Because this medicine is not very frequently used in our clinical practice. So this is used but rarely used. This medicine name is Illumina. So I am giving its description, whatever knowledge I have gathered after curing so many patients with this Illumina. So I have written down all the things on the paper and I am going to read it to you. And in between I am giving my own commentary which is not written on the paper. So Illumina is a person who before falling sick feels himself to be a very great personality. The rubric given in the repertory is delusion, great person, he is A. So this is a rubric. So whatever explanation I give on the basis of the description given in various materia medicas and also in various repertories. So I make a combined study of all the literature available on that particular medicine. I ponder over these things, whatever written in the book, with a critical attitude and always try to go into their subtle meaning, the depth of the description of the remedies, and try to link everything with the spirituality, because spirituality is the source of everything. So I am being a spiritual person can easily understand the subtle meaning of the descriptions given by various authors, though they themselves have not given their subtle meaning, but I, with my own understanding, come to know what they people want to say, even though they are not aware that they are conveying this message. But I am going deep into the essence of the descriptions given by various authors, and that essence is very subtle, at a very subtle level. So my understanding of medicine goes to a very subtle level. That's why once I understand the remedy, I prescribe remedies on very little information. Illumina himself feels himself as a great personality. This feeling of Illumina is corroborated by many rubrics present in our materia medica. Some of them are given here. I am reading them out for you. Ardent, audacious, barking like a dog, contemptuous, defiant, delusion, enlarged body is parts of body, especially the neck. Delusion, large part of body seems too large. Obstinate, headstrong, resist wishes of others. Expensive, too demonstrative, growling like a dog, grumbling, haughty, jesting, trifles with everything, meddlesome, importunate, recognizing, not recognized, does relatives hitch, striking, desire to strike, violent, and vivacious. So these are few rubrics. When if we study them deeply, we will find that Alumina patient is feeling himself as a great personality, though he is not. So that conflict will definitely is going to make him the sick person. So this is how we are to study the different medicines. Not blindly that whatever is written in the Materia Medica is correct. No, we have to be very, very critical. Only then we can know the truth. We are not to follow anyone, even the Hanuman, blindly. Now I am going to give you explanation of some of the rubrics. The most important rubric I took was delusion, great person is A. So who is a great person? In India, Hindi is our mother tongue. So Hindi we can understand, but we cannot understand English properly, though we can understand a little bit of it, but not to up to that extent as a European people can understand. So they are using English during their day-to-day conversation in every field. But even then, if we ask them to write an essay on a particular word, they will not be able to write it, though they feel that this is a very common word and we know everything about this word. But when patient comes, so we never come to know that this person is talking about that particular rubric. So beforehand, we should understand the subtle meaning of each rubric, then try to link all the rubrics of the same remedy with one and other. That will give you a subtle picture of the remedy, and that will be confined to very few sentences, and that it will become easy to grasp it, not to just learn it in your brain, but it should become a part of your being. So what is the test that medicine has become a part of your being? If you can just recognize the remedy by as soon as patient enters to the clinic, or as soon as patient calls you on phone, or have any kind of communication, even on that smallest communication, you should be able to recognize the remedy. Then you can say that you have gone deep into the subtle meaning of the rubrics and have linked all the rubrics together to make a picture of that particular remedy. So we have to understand, we should understand subtle meaning of each and every word given in our repertory. So it is here is great person. So any person having unusual high abilities, qualities, strength, popularity, etc. is called a great person. So he has certain qualities which other person are not having. So that's why he thinks that he is greater than other. Just like there are several cricketers. So we say Mr. A is a great cricketer, means so Mr. A has those qualities which other cricketers don't have. So that's why we call him a great cricketer. So he feels himself above and much more capable than others. So this is what is this? Rubric is given, delusion enlarged, body is, parts of body are enlarged. And delusion, large parts of body seem too large. These two rubric corroborate my statement. So whatever I understand about the remedy, I understand from the rubrics given in our Materia Medica in our repertory. So having parts enlarged is not a physical sensation, but it is at a very subtle level. It does not mean that he feels that his part or the legs or the arms are so large that they reached up to the knees or up to the feet. It is not like that. So arms, each and every part apparently is the same as other people are having. It's a normal figure. Even then he feels that the parts are enlarged. Enlarged means, what is enlarged? Enlarged means the one which was smaller earlier, now it has grown in size. Just like we enlarge a photograph. When we take a photograph from camera, it is of a smaller size. And then to put it on the wall, we have to make a bigger one. So we say that it has to be enlarged to make it bigger. So enlarged means the one which was not large earlier now has become large. So parts are enlarged. So it means now he has gained some power by which the capacity of that particular organ has gone beyond the capacity of a normal person. Now, so there might be several repetitions during my lecture. Mind it, because these are everything essential. Whatever I speak, everything essential. You have to view my videos with a tendency or with a deep inclination to learn from it, not to criticize me. Then you will not get anything and I will not lose anything. Note, generally, while understanding a rubric in the repertory, we take its gross meaning and then convert it into its metaphorical senses. I am explaining you the process I adopt. This is because we consider a human being at very gross level only, whereas a human being is a harmonious orchestra of 350 millions of different kind of energies working in harmony with each other. Only Indians can understand this, because in Indian scriptures, religious scriptures, we consider it is given that a human body has got 35 million god and goddesses residing in each and every individual. So these god and goddesses, so-called, are the different energies. They have certain qualities. So all of them, when work together in harmony, keep the particular human a healthy person. So this is the real thing. So any disturbance in the functioning, any disharmony in their functioning will make the person sick. So this is the real cause of our sicknesses. Why these energies get disharmonized or their function get disturbed is not the scope of this article. It is two absolutely separate platform. So I'm not going to explain all this during this lecture. But I have given you a hint. You should become curious enough to how it is possible, or what is the reason, or what is the explanation behind this. That can be given in a separate way. People want to know more about it. So all these sensations, capabilities, capacities and reactions of human being are the outcome of the function of these energies, 35 millions. So to understand a rubric, we should consider every word of the rubric at its subtlest level, that is, as if it is an echo, indicating is a kind of energy. For example, urine, cough, respiration, sweat, perspiration, sleep, awakening, etc., etc., etc. Such are given in our repertory. These words are being used in our repertory. So these words should not only be understood at the gross material level, but these words should also be understood as the sense conveyed by them at their subtlest level. This is the important to understand the subtlest meaning of these words. So if we consider a human being as a living, harmonious conglomeration of different energies controlled by super spiritual energy, then it becomes very easy to understand different rubrics at their subtle level. So this understanding is essential as we use highly potentized medicines, and these medicines are nothing but energies at a very subtle level. Both become similar to each other only at a very subtle level, meaning the disharmony at the energy level in a human being, which so called as a patient, should be matched with the energy in the medicine. Only then that medicine will cure it, otherwise not. Because both can make the similitude at energy level, not at a gross level. So prescriptions given on gross pathologies normally do not act very long in a patient. They have to repeat. Medicine have to repeat several times. So this itself indicates that similitude is not there. So we are just managing. Just like allopath manage, Ayurvedic people manage, Unani people manage. So we are also making with these potentide medicines in the same way. So this is not the homeopathy. So we are just befooling ourselves in the name of homeopathy. So the sense conveyed by these rubrics, these two rubrics which I have described above or which I mentioned above. So rubric is that all the capacities for which these organs are used, just like arm is used for some person, nose is used for some function, eyes are used for some function. So we are talking about those capacities of those functionings of the organs. So for which these organs are used are much above than what an average human being possesses. So this is the feeling of Illumina patient. As we sometimes use the proverb, the large hand of the law. Hands are part of the body that are used to catch hold of something. The proverb carries the sense that law enforcing agencies have greater powers, so no criminal can escape from them. So capacity to hold or catch the criminal is the hand of the law. So it is too large. It means an ordinary person has not capacity to catch each and every criminal, but law enforcing agencies have. So that's why we call them the law enforcing agencies have a very long hands. So we have to understand the meaning of rubrics in this subtle way. So I'm again repeating the same thing. The proverb carries the sense that the law enforcing agencies have great powers, so no criminal can escape from them. He will ultimately one day be caught by those agencies, indicating the long hands of the law. Though the law is not a human being and does not have hands in literal sense of the word, but it is just a rule, regulation, a force. So similarly, we can apply the same sense to these rubrics of Illumina. Means this is a universal rule and can be applied to all the rubrics of all the remedies. This is the way how we study remedies. When we see that all the body parts of an Illumina patient are enlarged, meaning if his hands are enlarged, this means that he has more power, means he can work better than others. If his eyes are enlarged, means his eyes are bigger than normal, meaning it means he can see those qualities, negative or positive, in a person, even though that person wants to hide them. So means he is able to see those qualities which usually a normal person cannot observe. So this is nothing can escape his vision. So he has got so much power in his eyes. So it means his eyes are of greater strength than a normal human being has. So if he has long nose, it means he can smell all the conspiracies going on around him, though a normal person cannot. So if he has a long ear, it means he can hear even those talks, those voices which other people do not want to him to follow or to know. So possession of all enlarged body parts makes him a person of a very high capacity than any other normal human being. So as he considered himself to a great person, his behavior towards other human beings is governed by this feeling. So he does not behave appropriately with them, with all other human beings. So he treats them with contempt, because he feels what harm this minor disease can do to me. So there is no need to bother about such a simple disease. Means the disease is not powerful enough that it can overcome an alumina patient. So he does not give any importance to anyone whom he considers less powerful and just blows off even the most serious matters. Means matters that need his immediate and deep attention, even though he does not put any attention to those matters. Rubric trifles with everything. This is the rubric indicating this feeling. This rubric means he considers even the most important matter as not of much importance and so does not pay any heed to it. This he does only by thinking himself to be a great person. So what harm can these matters bring him? He can at any time handle these ease. So he is much above all the powers and these matters involved. Another rubric is barking like a dog. Barking like a dog does not mean he will say bow, 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 bow. So no patient will come to you in having this kind of gesture. So it has got a subtle meaning. So he barks over everyone like a dog. This is a literal meaning. So this means that he does not give much importance to anyone. So rather he feels it is his right to say all kind of wrong or insulting words to everyone. So he can scold them, scorn them, or even treat them contemptuously. That's why he will keep on shouting at others so other people feel that he is just like a barking a dog. So there is no need to worry about his sayings. So people consider him as a dog, but they cannot say anything to him because he will again shout more on them. So this behavior is equivalent to a dog barking like a dog. So no people will give any heed to his barking. Another word is growling like a dog. So growl means it is a low threatening sound or an angry complaint. Example, he growled out his answer. So an alumina patient takes them for granting. Scolding, threatening and showing his tempers on others, thinking himself superior than others. There is another rubric is defiant. So he is defiant means he does not believe in obeying the authorities or the forces he is supposed to obey or to behave according to their wishes. So he does everything as he wishes. Example, a servant openly disobeys his master. Means not accepting the domination of his master, though he is supposed to. Similarly, in metaphorical or at subtlest level, a defiant person does not yield to the overpowering disease or circumstances or people, etc. He wants to throw them away and wants to live according to his own will and wish. Example, oh, I will not live like this. This disease can't take me over. At any cost or by any means, I will get this disease cured or this problem resolved. Defiant means he is not accepting the existence of disease. He says just this is the work of my left hand to remove this disease from my body. This disease is not enough powerful to overpower me. So this is defiant. So the motto of this rubric is defiant. The word defiant is no one can overpower me. This is the feeling of alumina. I will live as I wish. This defiant nature is an indicative of him thinking himself to be a great or a powerful person. One does not want to be dominated. Another one is grumbling. Grumbling is to complain in a bad-tempered way, meaning to keep saying that you do like this. Example, the students were always grumbling about the standard of food served to them in their hostel. So a grumbling person always keeps on muttering something but does not complain it to the authorities. Why? Because he does not have that much courage to face the authorities. but at the same time he does not accept the situation as it is. So this is a sign of considering oneself to be someone great but not all powerful. He is great, not all powerful. So Illumina never considered him as all powerful, but he considered himself better than others, meaning he feels that he has certain shortcoming also. There are so many things which are higher than him also, and he cannot overcome everyone. So we can say that an Illumina person does not accept the domination, but at the same time also lacks courage to fight the domination. So this is the stage that he develops when he faces some kind of domination that he finds difficult to overcome or overthrow it. So this is the beginning of his breakdown, means beginning of the Illumina patient, or the stage where he starts becoming a sick person. Haughty. Haughty is arrogant, full of ego, proud, and thinking himself to be better than others. Even when he realizes that he is wrong at this particular point, he will not accept it, but will try to prove his point of view right by all kind of wrong methods. This kind of behavior again shows that he considers himself better than others, so does not want to succumb to any dominating force. Another rubric is expensive, too demonstrative. Expensive word we are going to study. So this word is used about a person or a behavior when he possesses a behavior of talking a lot in an interesting way or in a friendly way. And demonstrative, a person showing specially loving feeling in front of others, whatever feeling of love he has got, so he exhibit them. He show them with certain kind of gestures. So this is called demonstrative. Two means more than whatever is needed. So more than enough or more than what is required at that particular time or situation is called as two. So Illumina is a person who exhibits his loving feelings or his entire attitude in front of others without any hesitation. Only then he can demonstrate something. So this needs a very courageous attitude. So this can only happen if he is not afraid of others. So meddlesome. A person who takes too much interest in other people's in private affairs without having any authority or need to do so. So a person who is, we consider himself to a greater one than the others, only then he can poke his nose into their matters. Otherwise, why does he need? Importunate. Importunate is troublesome or annoying. He is an importunate beggar. He is an importunate creditor or visitor, etc. These two words, meddlesome and importunate, show that he pokes his nose or pushes his leg into everyone's affair, whether he has any right to do so or not. So this again shows his feeling of considering himself above others. So other rubric like striking, desire to strike, violent, etc. also indicate that he considers himself much more powerful than others. And there is another rubric, vivacious. Vivacious is a person which is full of life. So life always indicated by certain movements. So he enjoys everything because he is courageous and is ready to face any kind of adversity. So all these feelings like powerful, vivacious and considering himself great remain in him till he comes across face to face with a much more powerful force. Meaning, what is the powerful force? In the form of disease that does not yield to any kind of treatment. It means the disease has become much more powerful than the person himself. Or a very dominating husband, very dominating father, boyfriend, fiancé, a boss, or any other situation that he cannot overcome even by applying all his might. So this is the time that Illumina start breaking down, start converting an Illumina patient into a sick person. So this force start dominating him, and he start putting all his energy to overcome that force which is dominating, try to dominate him. So during this tussle, he gradually breaks down, and all other rubrics are just the manifestation of his journey from a dominator, a free person, to a highly dominated person. And the reaction he develops during this journey is represented by all other rubrics of Illumina. Now I am reading some of few of them. The cause of his ailment means cause of Illumina person's ailment is ailments from anger, vexation with anxiety, ailments from anger with silent grief, ailments from abused after being abused, ailments from bad news, ailment from disappointments, ailment from humiliation, ailment from mortification, ailment from rejection, ailment from scorn being, and ailment from sexual excesses. All these things are the one who shows that Illumina, the person is not able to overcome them. That's why he has become sick person. If we go into detailed probing of the causes of these ailments, we again come across the same basic feeling as described above. That is, he is a great person and no one can dominate him. But now he is facing a situation where after applying all his might, he is not able to overcome that situation. So he starts breaking. So none of the cause of his ailment is a prescribing symptom, but they give a hint to the Illumina's basic personality. So we cannot prescribe remedies on these symptoms. So they are there just to understand the personality of Illumina patient. A person who develops ailment of anger is not a person who feels himself is a very powerful person. A powerful person never becomes anxious and grief-ridden because he is very confident of facing any kind of consequences even after getting angry with somebody even more powerful. A person who thinks himself very low does not show his temper. Example, a servant who thoroughly considers himself a servant does not develop any kind of anger or resentment towards his master. If he is a servant who is at a low dominated position, then under certain kind of adverse conditions, he does not accept his servanthood and bears a grudge against his master because he himself considered a very big person, but now he has to act like a beggar or like act a servant. So he always grumbles but will keep a check on his temper. But there is always a limit to keep one's anger under one's control. So sometimes he may involuntarily show his temper, and after this he becomes anxious as to what would be the consequences of his anger. He may lose his job or he may have to face some kind of loss, or if consequences turn out to be very bad, then he may suffer from silent grief. Similarly, the next cause of development of his ailment is being abused. Who is a servant? A servant means a person who has thoroughly accepted his low status. It may be a housewife, a clerk, or anyone. He may be even a big officer who feels that it is the right of the politician to use him in any way and does not feel that he is being abused. This is a feeling of servant. But now, a servant does not feel bad even when his master abuses him. But any person who thinks himself something great or someone having a high respect, self-respect, feels bad on being insulted or abused and may develop various kind of problems. if he is not able to retaliate the dominating force, yani his boss. Similarly is the case with other causes like humiliation, mortification, rejection, scorn, or sexual, etc., etc., etc. Now we consider scorn. Scorn is the feeling of not being considered worthy of anything. So he is not given any responsibility because people think he is not worth anything, he cannot do anything, he is just good for nothing. A person who is being scorned is an object of ridicule. People just laugh at him, considering him a worthless, useless fellow good for nothing. So an alumina patient considers himself to a person of great qualities. So he cannot bear the people considering him nothing and that they do not give him any importance. So this hurts him and he starts developing a grudge against such people. So this long lasting grudge makes him sick. So this is how sickness develop in alumina patient. Similar is case when he is rejected by others. So rejected means not being considering worth of the job he is supposed to do, or this is not accepted by him easily, and so he develops various ailments. So what is an ailment? Ailment is not the disease. So ailment is a minor disease or some uncomfortable feeling, uneasy feeling, or a feeling that makes someone feel little bit disturbed. This is an ailment. Ailment is not an established disease or effect does not last very long. Ailment from disappointment. So disappointment, it is a feeling of experiencing himself low, sad, depressed, hopelessness, or not getting something that was seriously expected, or not getting something from someone. For example, a person made a lot of effort to pass an examination, but he was declared unsuccessful while he was sure of his success. This may give a feeling of disappointment. Repeated sincere effort makes him disappointed over the results. Humiliating, to get humiliated. What is humiliate? To put someone to shame or to degrade. Example, he felt humiliated by her scornful remark. I felt very humiliated when the teacher laughed at my work. Unless one has self-esteem, he will not feel either mortified or humiliated. So considering himself as a person of high esteem, will only feel the humiliation or mortification. So we can say all the cause of ailment for alumina patient are those which make him feel that he is not considered a person of very high worth. Any cause, it could be any cause. So before coming across a dominating force, he is very ardent, meaning he does everything with great zeal and achieves his target without bothering about anyone. So he wants to excel his present position in every field. So alumina is ambitious in the beginning. So to fulfill his ambition, he even makes very audacious moves. So in the repertory, the word audacious is given. So what is audacious? We are going to understand it. This is very confusing word. People use it in a wrong way. So audacious. Audacious behavior is the behavior in which one takes risk in order to achieve something. So this he does because he is absolutely sure about himself. This kind of move is not approved by the society, so they consider his move as a foolish boldness. An audacious move is marked by originality. So an audacious person does not show any regard for law, religion, decorum, or customary traditions. He goes by his own convictions. This is the quality of audacious person. Now, for example, he is an audacious chef who makes dishes that are not usually cooked or liked by customer, but to show his extraordinary skills, He prepares such dishes even at the risk of losing his business or his customers. Another example of audacity is he has an audacious view of the future. Example, a two-wheeler manufacturer develops and launched a moped that runs on solar energy during the era when all vehicles run on petrol only. This was his audacious move because during that time everyone considered him as a fool and said that he is absolutely going to be ruled out because nobody will purchase the bike that runs on solar energy because solar energy is not easily available. So ultimately, audacious people succeed in their endeavors. So Illumina in the healthy state considers other people too lower than him. Following rubric show his feelings. Delusion vermin, seeing vermin crawls about. Delusion worms creeping off. Vermin. So a vermin is an offensive person, objectionable, or an obnoxious person. He is regarded as harmful to others or dangerous to the society. Example, he says that football hooligans are vermin. Another meaning is a small, common or harmful or objectionable animal that is difficult to control. Example, lice, fleas, bed bugs, mice, rats. These are also called vermins. Another one is worm. A person having very weak or nasty character is like a worm. So people have no respect for such people. People don't have any pay respect to the worms. Example, you are not a worm, but you are a man. So get up and fight the odd situation. So because worms are not considered worthy of anything, they are not given any respect, they are considered as of no use rather than they are considered as a harmful things. So vermin and worms are also considered as harmful creatures that are very much below human standards and the society shows no respect for them as they have no strength. Example, the big businessman thundered to people dwelling in hut cluster that you are nothing but like worms and vermins in front of me. I will just destroy you in a second. So worms are not considered as powerful. So Illumina considered every other human being as a worm or vermin. So all these feelings last till he comes face to face. So considering other people or disease or situation as powerless, small, insignificant like worms and vermins shows his mentality how great and powerful he considered himself. All these feelings last means feeling of greatness last till he comes face to face with some powerful dominating force. He then tries to neutralize the domination of that force. So he becomes defiant. I am not going to accept the domination of anyone. I will live the way I wish. That is, tries to openly and boldly oppose the force. This is defiant. This dominating force could be anything like adverse situations, an incurable and incapacitating disease, a dominating husband, or a very strict boss, or a dominating mother or father, boyfriend, fiance, etc., etc., etc. So this is a description of adverse situation. So but he is not able to overcome that domination. He tried to overcome the domination, Illumina person, but he is not able to. Suppose he is able to overcome the domination, then there will be no problem. So problems always comes after failures. So Illumina has come to face such a dominating force that in spite of putting all his efforts or all his might, is not able to dominate or remove the domination of that force. That's why he is becoming sick, because he is not accepting the domination. So a struggle is going on in his mind. So this struggle always depletes his energy. So in this continued situation, he starts breaking down under that constant stress of being dominated. So how does he oppose the domination then? There must be some means. So he gathers courage to openly oppose and refuse to accept the domination. But when the other party means the dominating force, threatens him or reprimands him or shows some kind of harm that can be done to him or her, he just gets frightened and withdraws his steps. For example, an employee who is fed up of living under constant domination, where he is not able to freely express himself, gathers the courage and starts thinking of opposing his employer. But when he thinks about the possibility of losing his job because of this kind of wrong behavior on his part, he gets fearful and withdraws his step. So he does not become silent, he withdraws his step but does not accept the domination. So a grudge is going on in his mind. So he does not become silent, but there remains always an itch to repeat the act, means to counter the domination. So the courage and fear alternate. So there are so many rubrics in the Materia Medica under this remedy that fear and courage alternate. So in another case, a person is having severe pain in his knees and he is not capable of walking because of the pain. So the pain is a dominating force, dominating him so much so that he has to restrict his movement, as the pain does not allow him to do whatever he tries to do or wants to do. So pain is restricting his movement. It means pain is dominating him. So he is not happy with the situation and gathers courage to move about. But as the pain increases means the domination because of the pain or dominating force increases his power. So he fears that some part of his knee may get damaged permanently. So he then withdraws his step and does not force himself to walk. So this is represented by two rubrics, courageous alternating with fear, and another one is fear apoplexy of. This we are going to understand what does apoplexy mean at a subtle level. But Illumina does not sit silently. He repeats the same action again and again as he is not willing to accept the domination. And by doing this, his courage gradually diminishes and he becomes discouraged. He gets discouraged. Even then, he boosts up his confidence to fight the domination. That is, he can overcome his domination. He boosts himself up. But there is a limit to boost. He is not able to boost that much. So discouraged alternating with courage. So this is the rubric given. This feeling is given by this rubric. So gradually he becomes timid. That is, timid means he hesitates to face the situation. How can I do it? I don't have any courage to do it. Yet he is not ready to give up. He tries to assure himself that he can do it by telling himself that he has boldly and successfully faced so many adversities in his life and that now he can face this adversity also. So this is the rubric is timidity alternating with assurance. He assures himself that he can counter the adversities, but he is not. But when he does not succeed in his endeavors, he becomes frustrated. The rubric is discontented and starts developing various kind of delusions about his own personality. Delusion double being, delusion head belongs to another, delusion identity errors of personal identity, delusion outside his body someone else saw or spoke, delusion says something, it seems to him as though somebody else has said it when he, delusion sees something when he, someone else eyes sees as though he saw through, Delusion talking, someone is talking, he is speaking when. Delusion come when he is forced to behave and act according to the wishes of the dominating force. Then he develops all these delusions. For example, a housewife having an extremely dominating husband and she wants to lead a moral and honest life. So when her husband is not around with her, she behaves in that meaning a moral and honest way. But when she is in the company of her husband, she has to behave according to the wishes of her husband. She has to tell a lie as per husband's wishes. Oh, go and tell the visitor at the door that her husband is not at home. She has to do it. She has to obey the husband because her husband is a very dominating person. Otherwise, he is going to beat her. Similarly, in majority of the situations, she cannot execute her own wishes but is forced to behave otherwise, and she does not like this kind of act. So she feels as if she is not a wife but a slave of her husband, and her husband is her boss. So this way she feels as if she has a double personality. One is of wife and the other is of a servant or an orphanage. Delusion double being. So this is a rubric represented by. So under different situations, different people who are forced to behave opposite to their nature may develop such delusion. Another rubric is delusion head belongs to another. Now what is head? We have to understand each and every word given in the mind section of the liberty at its subtle level. Though at a gross level, what is the meaning of head we all understand, but we have to go subtler level. Only then this rubric can be used. So what is head? Head is an organ that has brain in it and is used for thinking or taking all kind of decisions. One take decision according to the prevailing circumstances. When an Illumina patient is forced to take the decision as per the wishes of other dominating forces, his head is not her own, but as if it belongs to the some other person, because his head has to make decision as per the wishes of someone else. This leads to error of personal identity. Am I a wife or a slave or a servant or just a machine? Who am I? So because she has to behave against her natural instincts. The rubric is delusion, identity, errors of personal identity. All other rubrics described above in this group just indicate this feeling as if she does not have her own personality. He is just a human being working under the domination of other people. Whatever they say, they have to do it. Her head thinks according to the wishes of others. So her eye sees what others wish to see her. That is, in a situation in which she sees that people are not behaving properly, or the film she has been watching is not good, decoration of a particular place is of good aesthetic nature, so and so forth, she wants to express her feelings. But under those circumstances, she is forced to say or express what the other's dominating force wants. So her to express as if she has no personality of her own. Then she feels nothing is real. I am a wife, but I don't have any right of the wife. So she is a wife but has to behave like a slave. So she says in reality she is not wife but only for the namesake she is a wife. So delusion, unreal, everything seems unreal. So this prolonged domination, in spite of all her efforts to remove it or get rid of it, gives her a feeling that this dominating force is going to remain like a disease with her forever. There is no cure for it. So this dominating force is like a disease. So rubrics are delusion, disease has incurable, delusion, wedding of a. Now what is wedding? So her dominating force as it is disturbing her can be equated with the disease, And what is wedding? Wedding is an act of harmonious blending or association. Example, this song has a perfect wedding of words and music. So we cannot separate words and music with it. They are so much intermingled with each other. So if two things are wedded to each other, they are so closely connected to each other that they cannot be considered separate. For example, the authorities remain firmly wedded to doctrinal orthodoxies which many rejected generations ago. Example, another one is to attach firmly, bind by close or lasting ties. So in this rubric, a word A is used. So A has certain significance in this rubric. So A means this word qualifies the subject to which it is attached or associated with. So the rubric is A wedding, not just wedding. So A is very significant in this rubric. So here the delusion of A wedding means the person is not bonded by other things, works, person, etc. All is not bonded to everyone, everything. She is free otherwise, but there is one force. One force, who is one force? The dominating force that forces her to act in a particular way as per its wishes, to which she is closely bonded. So she cannot separate herself away from that force. So this is going to last forever or for a very long time. Example, the disease has become a part of my body. I cannot do anything as per my wish. I want to move freely, but I cannot due to the pain in my knees. I have to mold all my activities according to the disease or circumstances. The disease is forcing her to act in a particular way. So as if I am wedded to the disease. So this fever has become a part of my body. I do not feel it till it rises very high. I just feel a saltish feeling in my eyes when the fever begins. The cross reference of wedding is marriage. So marriage is a happy, lasting union of two things. Two things, not two persons. So all this constant domination and effort to remove it takes away his energy. He starts losing his mental faculties. Earlier his mind would be very sharp, but now rubrics are concentration difficult, studying while, mathematics inability for calculating, mathematics inability for geometry, mathematics inability for algebra, memory, weakness of memory for proper name, weakness of memory, thought for what he had just thought, memory, weakness of memory for words, mistakes making in speaking, mistakes making speaking in intend what he does not intend, mistakes making speaking in words, misplacing words, mistakes making speaking in words, wrong words using, mistakes making time in, mistakes making writing. So all these developing deficiencies, growing deficiencies give rise to a fear of insanity, means ultimately his mind will become so dull that he would not be able to rationally think about anything. All this is the result of domination. This feeling is like death to him because earlier he was a very intelligent, ardent, fastidious, courageous, audacious, contemptuous, laughing and vivacious, but now he has become so weak that he cannot manifest his real personality. So this is a painful situation to him. So death, agony before death. So now he is feeling that he is going down, his strength is going down. So he is going to be finished. Finished means not going to die as literal meaning. Means he will no longer remain the person as the society used to know him, or he used to know himself. He has gone down in everything as if he is not just manifesting his own personality in the life. So he is not able to be at this situation where he cannot express his real personality, and the idea to commit suicide comes to his mind many a times, but still he has not given up. He has not accepted his deceit. defeat. As he does not want to commit suicide, so he wants to remove this idea of committing suicide from his mind. There are so many rubrics. Fear impulses of his own impulses. Blood cannot look at blood. Knife cannot look at knife. Frightened easily, blood at the sight of. Hypochondriasis, suicide driving to. Injuring himself, fear to be left alone lest he should injure himself. Sadness, suicidal disposition with. Suicidal disposition, courage but lacks courage. Suicidal disposition, sight of. At the knife, she has horrid thoughts of killing herself, though he abhors the idea. Thoughts frightful, seeing blood or knife on. Weary of life, sight of blood or knife at. So all above rubrics indicate that he is very much fed up with his life because of the restriction he has to live under. And this disgusted, anguished, loathsome, tormented and helpless feeling give rise to an impulse to kill himself. So these impulses are aggravated on seeing the weapon that can be used for killing, but still he has not lost full control over himself. So he just does not let this idea convert into action. Though the intensity of the impulse is so severe that it starts fearing his own impulses that one day he may in reality kill himself. So he does not want to be left alone. Because if he is in the company of people, if he is supposed to take some kind of action, so other people might restrict him. So he wants company of someone so that this other people can prevent him from committing suicide if he develop any such severe impulse. So this grudge and anguished feeling is so severe and dominates in him so much that he just forgets how to smile. Smiling never. Once he comes to realize that he has to now live under domination forever and his strength is going down. So this is nothing but it puts himself in a severe sad conditions. So then he always remain under that sad and depressed condition and never smiles. So this is represented by the rubric smiling never. But before he was dominated, he was a jolly person who would laugh at every incident. Rubrics are given: laughing contemptuous. So all kind of dominations gradually reduce his tendency to laugh whenever his mind is free. That is, he is not conscious of his domination. He would laugh freely and loudly. He is very joyous, vivacious when he is free. But as soon as the thought of his dominating force comes to his mind, his laughing stops. Rubric is laughing alternating with spasm. What is spasm? We are going to understand, because grossly we understand the meaning of spasm, but at a certain level we don't. So spasm is the sudden contraction of muscles. Usually it is painful. So the functioning of that particular muscle is arrested only at that point. So this is a spasm in the mind section of the repertory, not in the muscle. So we can say suddenly one activity in the mind is stopped at that moment. Other rubrics of alumina are kill, desire to knife with a knife, kill, desire to knife, sight of knife at the gun, or. So this desire to kill his dominating force, not to kill himself. He doesn't want to kill himself, but want to kill the person or the situation which is trying to dominate him. So that he again can become free. So a desire is generated at the sight of a gun or a knife or any instrument that can be used to kill. Indicates a very strong urge to make himself free of dominating force. So this desire in the form of impulse also comes to his mind for himself, but he does not want to kill himself. So he tries to escape from such situation by being in the company of other people. So there are rubrics related to urination. We should always remember that the physical action is not related to his physical body. So we should try to understand the subtle meaning. Meeting means with relation to his mind. Subtle meaning of these physical actions like cough, urination, sweat, perspiration, chill, heat, menses, etc. Rubrics are started, urinate on beginning to urinate, anxiety, urination before, fear, wet his bed, fear he will. So like every other word, urination too has different meanings under various contexts. The word urination is not just passing of urine. So we will now try to understand it. When our bladder, urinary bladder is full of urine, we remain uneasy. Our whole attention remains dominated by this full bladder. So even while performing various other activities, our whole attention remains dominated by the urge to urinate. Now, subtly, same is the case in other situations where this is a sense of domination and a strong desire to get rid of domination, meaning making oneself free to ease oneself. And as soon as we pass urine, we feel such a relaxation and remain free and relaxed till the bladder is again filled up with the urine. Till when our bladder is full, our whole mind just on the bladder so that we can urinate. So we remain uneasy till that bladder is full. So we are anxious, we are nervous, we are in agony. So once we pass on urine, so mind gets relaxed. So whenever Illumina wants to take or start taking certain steps to remove his dominating force, he just become nervous. What is going to happen? If I am not able to remove that domination, does the domination come back on me? But once he is successful in removing the domination, means passing the urine, he gets relaxed. This is what he wants, what an Illumina patient wants, to remain relaxed and free of any kind of domination, means he should live the life as per his wish. Only then he is happy. Now we can metaphorically try to fit the same feeling to above rubrics, all above rubrics. So we can explain them as follows. Anxiety, urination before. It means that as soon as he decides to get rid of the dominating force, he becomes anxious of the consequences, whether he will be able to get his freedom or will be positioned back even worse than what it is now, as he is not always sure if he would be able to free himself or not. If you see the physical symptom of bladder, urinary bladder, it is full and there is a strong urge to pass the urine or to vacate it, to remove the source, because his whole attention is being dominated by the urge of to urinate. So to vacate it, to remove the source of domination, because the urge with a full bladder always dominates our attention. So it is full and there is a strong urge to pass urine, but even on very strong straining, either no urine comes or very little urine comes, or not relaxing him at all. So this effect can be safely equated with same general feeling of Illumina, meaning he is unable to eliminate the domination as he has no strength left to discard it or to remove it. This is the cause of his anxiety even before passing urine. Startle. Startle is to surprise somebody in a way that slightly shocks or frightens or disturbs or alarms the person. For example, the gunshot startled the horse, like this. Example, he was startled by fevered look of his patient. He starts at the beginning of urination. It means the act of passing urine frightens him. This is indicative of some kind of possible danger to him. The other meaning of started is to quickly start taking some action just on sensing some danger. When the bladder is full and he has an urge to urinate, meaning to relax himself by removing the domination created by the urine, and he finds it difficult to evacuate it, meaning to remove the domination and become a relaxed and free bird. When he finds it difficult to evacuate, this suddenly frightens him of his present state, that he has become incapable of removing the dominating force. Metaphorically, again, we conclude that whenever he tries to remove the dominating force, means the disease, a condition, a situation, or some person, etc., but finds unable to do so, then he gets frightened, and that what a poor state he is in. He will be, how will he become a liberated person again? This is the question mark before him. This fright is generated by a deep sense of remaining under domination forever, which Illumina patient never likes. Another rubric is fear wet his bed, he will. Incontinence in bed. Incontinence means a lack of control on natural discharges like urination, evacuation, etc. Another one is lack in moderation or control, especially of the sexual appetite. This is called incontinence. To wet the bed. What does it mean? To urinate when in the bed asleep. When one is awake, he has full control for a reasonable time period over the action of urination and evacuation. He passes urine and stool only at his wish. Even during sleep, the urges to urinate or to evacuate do not take place without one's wish. That is, one has full control over these physiological actions. Even during actions, meaning these urges do not control him, rather he has full control over them. But when one passes urine during sleep in his bed, it means there is no control of his will, meaning these actions go at their own will and wish. It indicates the person is weaker than the natural physiological actions or other conditions dominate him. And during deep sleep, one is not conscious of his surroundings and hence has no control over them. So to have control over surroundings, one has to keep himself awake. That is, to keep his full attention on that particular situation or dominating force. Now, another example we take. My skin itch violently. I do not want to scratch it as it causes bleeding, cracks which are more painful than the itching itself. So I keep my full attention on myself, that unconsciously means during sleep, I may not lose control over my action or start scratching. This is a fear of scratching or taking away the attention and getting it engaged in something else. Another one is calculating inability for geometry. So calculating means it is the mental act by which a person knows the net effect or outcome of one or more activities when someone has done or someone said in some context, and to know what would be the possible effect or meaning of such an act or saying is the calculation. Inability, the person does not have this capacity. So meaning he cannot calculate nor has the ability to know about the exact outcome of many activities or any one activity. Geometry, what is geometry? Geometry is the branch of mathematics that deals with measurement, properties and relationship of points, lines, angle, surface, solids, etc. Broadly speaking, it is the study of properties of given elements that remain invariant under specified transformations. So in geometry, we assume something, then to try to prove some statement, that is, statement is correct or not. Similarly, Illumina patient cannot talk in indications or cannot communicate in indications or receives messages given to him with indications. For example, if you tell him that if you do not leave smoking, a dreadful disease might set in, so he does not understand that you in an indirect way are trying to tell him that cancer is going to develop in you if he does not leave smoking. So to an Illumina patient, we have to tell him absolutely directly and clear cut. Only then he can understand the message given to him. So when he is to communicate to anybody, he will say to the concerned authority in a simple monotonous tone without mixing it with some emotions. Patient will say, I have breast cancer. Do you have any cure for it? Not involving any emotion. Mathematics inability for algebra, mathematics inability or geometry. So what is algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics that deals with general statement of relation, utilization letter and other symbols to represent specific number, values, vector, etc. on the description of such relation. Another meaning is algebra is any special system of notation adapted to the study of special system of relationship, algebra of classes. Metaphorically, but this is more important for us, it can be said that to talk or represent not saying something directly but saying it in an indirect manner is the algebra. Meaning mentioning about something else is called an algebraic expression. If you say to an Illumina patient that such and such person has symptoms similar to you, and later he was declared having cancer, he will not understand it. That you are indirectly trying to convey to him that he is having a cancerous disease. So that is why while talking to someone, he will tell him the plain truth, that is the truth without any emotion or without making it palatable or acceptable to other person. This is called plain truth. Plain truth means the truth is as it is without molding it or without putting any emotional touch to it. This he does because of his inability to calculate or inept for algebra or geometry. But when he is in a good state, that is his mental faculties are very sharp. So when he is in good state, he can tell the plain truth because he thinks himself to be a great person. So in different condition, he has to behave differently. So he is contemptuous and other people are like worms and vermin. So he does not give them any importance, so he can tell the truth plainly. So this is the reason he tells every truth plainly, because he thinks even by doing so, he will not be harmed by anyone, as he is a great person. He is a powerful person. So he tells the truth without any consideration that how his expression or saying will affect the other people. Forsaken feeling, friendless feeling. Forsaken feeling means it is the feeling a person will have when he feels that because of his worthlessness, meaning maybe due to old age, chronic sickness or any kind of deficiency or abnormality in him. So this is the reason for his feeling worthless. So people are avoiding him. Nobody is there to look after him or to love him. He is just a worthless stuffer for everyone, especially his so-called own people. So like his family people or relative or friends. At this stage, he is in a desperate need for a friend, meaning a person who can love and help him in any way without asking much in return. So when he finds someone who shows the same affection to him like a friend, he opens out his heart to him and tells him everything in great detail in an enthusiastic manner. This is done with a hope to get some help from him so that he can come out of the bad situation he is in. So when he finds someone who shows the same affection to him like a friend, he opens out his heart to him and tells him everything in great detail in an enthusiastic manner. This is done with a hope to get some help from him so that he can come out of the bad situation he is in. But when he is healthy, means he was a strong person, he was in a strong position, he does not communicate expansively. On the contrary, he would talk to everyone in a contemptuous way, a scornful way, egotistical manner. He would contemptuously make fun of everyone. Another rubric is started, fall on hearing anything. On hearing means come to know about something from an unauthentic source without any proof. Anything means any talk, news, small, big, important, unimportant. Fall means suddenly coming down from a higher position to a lower position. So complete rubric The above rubric means that when someone tells him that he knows a person who had been doing very well in life, but now because of disease or because of wrong habits or because of family dispute or because of timidity, any source, any reason, he had to face the domination by others, he had to lose his position. Now he is suffering a lot. This news makes him frightened and alarmed. So he start taking some remedial measure so that same thing may not happen to him too. This is at a stage when he has come under the domination of some kind of dominating force. Another rubric is objective reasonable. So this is found in him when he is in a stronger position. That is, he is ambitious and wants to excel in his present status. So to achieve his goal, he ardently, rubric is ardent, ardently works with a definite goal in his mind with his emotions prevailing upon him. So there are so many other rubrics of Elimina given in the repertory, but all the others are just the outcome of this state and they all are related to each other in a subtle way. A patient may come to us with any permutations and combinations of few or more rubrics, so a reader should try to understand the basic nature of drug hidden within such combination of rubrics. Only then subtle picture of particular drug can be understood and can be easily used in our clinic, which is the mode. So whatever description of Elimina I have given to you is based on my long clinical experience. As every author has emphasized that the mental symptoms are the most important symptom. Even if you get a one strong mental symptom, you can rule out all other physical journals, etc. Even then, the remedy will be a perfect similarium to that particular patient. That's why I try from my college life, since my college life, I have been trying to understand the meaning of such mental symptom and how to get it from the patient so that we can select the proper simillimum, exact simillimum for that patient. So with such an endeavor, so I kept on working with this intention in my mind and now I have succeeded. Most of the medicines I understand at a subtle level and I am going to share with you in future and request you to share this video, to learn something from my video, apply in the practice and share with everyone. So I am a Hindi speaking person. I find very difficult in speaking English. I'm not able to express my feelings, whatever is there in my mind exactly. I am not able to exactly express my feeling in English language. Even then, I'm trying my best to share my knowledge with everyone. So I request everyone to learn from my videos and then to share it with everyone. Everyone means everyone. Whosoever wants to learn something. So gradually you will grasp the subtle meaning of every rubric and you will develop a habit. You will develop a habit of prescribing on mental symptoms. And then case taking will be very, very short and very sharp and absolutely exact. So you will start getting best results. So this is my humble request. So this is a very long video. I'm not going to share in one go. So I will break it into 3 parts and share one by one so that such a long video cannot be understood. So if you like it or don't like it, whatever are your feelings, you can let me know in the comment box so that I may change my way of presentation or whatever is needed to make it understand to everyone. I can easily change myself. Because my idea of making a video in English language is just that I want to reach to every homeopath on this earth so that they can understand the real homeopathy. Thank you, everyone.